Namaste and greetings and a warm welcome to my YouTube channel, Healing the Planet from Within. My name is Santosha and I'm a Certified Emotion Code Practitioner and an empath. I know there's a lot of empaths who struggle with emotion code. So I recorded a video on YouTube telling empaths that it's important to be wary when you're working with emotion code, just to help them gain more techniques and awareness, self-awareness, when you're working in the realm of energies. Now, this is important for anyone working with energies and doing energy healing, but it's super important for empaths. Empaths have a natural sensitivity to feelings and emotions. They have the potential to be very, very great healers because they can feel the energies. But learning to work with energies and improving your practice is super important. So I wanted to share with you my experience of when I first learned emotion code and the practice that I've learned to become strong as an energy healer, and even advancing my practice where I'm now teaching energy healing in a few different modalities, including an advanced Reiki Master program that I work one-on-one with people over the period of 3 months so they can learn not the watered down version of Reiki, but the more expansive version where you can feel into the energies when you're walking into a room, this kind of thing. Now, as an empath, I'm sure you're watching this video right now and you're wondering, okay, you're working with energies, you're an emotion code practitioner. What kind of struggles have you come across as an emotion code practitioner and empath? I remember when I was first learning emotion code and I was asking permission to work with someone's energy. I was asking only the client. And then I would muscle test, right? We're taught muscle testing. This is my favorite version of muscle testing. And I could then start to feel the energies, the trapped emotions that I found. I could feel them in my own body. So if I found, for instance, hopelessness, I suddenly felt hopeless within my body. As an empath, I just felt these negative emotions that were being released from the client, or from myself for that matter, because I also did the practice on myself. So it became very difficult and very morbid, like very depressing to work with clients. And it kind of made me feel like, I don't know about this practice, you know, it just doesn't feel right. And I've heard many stories of other people other empaths who've tried working with emotion code and gave up. They decided it's not for them because it's too sensitive. It's too difficult for them to deal with. So I wanted to share with you, you know, over the years, I am still working in the realm of energy healing. I now have an advanced practice. Yes, I still release trapped emotions, but I'm also scanning a person's energy matrix and releasing things like family lineage, baggage and burdens, past life karma, intergenerational trauma, sabotaging core beliefs. I mean, I can scan and find anything nowadays. So, but how did I develop my technique to this point? Well, to be honest, I had a few trials and tribulations that really scared me. It was like the God source is just saying, hey, wait a minute, there's a few rules for working with energy and you should learn them. I was like, oh, right, okay. So, I mean, I don't want to go into detail, but I do know that you can get into trouble as an energy healer if you don't follow certain protocols. So the first and foremost step is to raise your level of vibration. Have daily practices in place that keep you in high vibes. Okay, super important, high vibrations. But what do I mean by high vibrations? How can we understand that from the human perspective? Okay, so from the mundane mind, from the mundane world, we are physical, we are in a human body, we are human beings, we are being human, right? And as humans, we feel emotions. As an empath, you know this, right? High vibrations is positive emotions. It's quite simple, okay? So if you're feeling peace, love, and joy on a daily basis, like say 80 or 90% of your day is in high vibrations, you're in a good space to do energy healing for others. But on the flip side, if you're constantly arguing with your best friend or your partner, or you're feeling depressed or you're feeling anxious, you're not in a good space to do energy healing for others. Okay, so I know the patterns of the family do continue. So if you have a family pattern of arguing or, whatever it is, and you're sabotaging patterns, that's fine. But have daily practices that raise your level of vibration. All right, now I'm going to refer you to some scientific evidence on the power of positivity and the importance of maintaining a high positivity ratio, higher positivity ratio than a negativity ratio. This is a book called Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson. And it's the book that made me most aware of the feelings in my body. So positivity and having a positivity ratio, high positivity ratio, is not positive thinking. It's not about that. Positive thoughts are fantastic, but when you get into positive feelings, you can feel it deep within your entire being, right? You can have a happy thought like, oh, I can do this. But if you can have the positive feeling of peace, love, and joy, you don't even have to think you can do it. You feel it. Completely different ballgame. So in this book, Barbara Fredrickson lists 10 different forms of positivity. And the overall idea is to do positivity activations every day that raise your positivity ratio. Now, there are many benefits that was proven in scientific research to have a higher positivity ratio. And I've experimented with this with myself because I didn't like the idea of feeling miserable or struggling or stuck in toxic patterns anymore. So I took this research to heart and implemented it in my everyday life. Okay, so there's 3 things that I do that you can try if you like. One is meditation. I've just recorded a video that will give you 3 easy techniques to start your meditation practice. Meditation activates peace and serenity. Okay. Another one that I love doing is laughter yoga. And in laughter yoga, we believe that you can laugh for no reason at all. You don't need a joke or a comedy. You can just laugh. If you laugh for 20 minutes every day, apparently you can keep the doctor away. It's like eating an apple every day. But another one, if you don't want to do that, one that's very easy to do is just put a smile on your face, a very big one, and hold it for 2 minutes straight. 2 minutes, okay? These things raise your positivity ratio. And another one that just blew my mind one day when I noticed the difference of this, took me out of a depressed crash stage that I was having regular moments of these crash times, what I used to call them. I started activating gratitude, and never once have I experienced that crash state of depression again. And it's been probably 8 years now when I first discovered this. So that is another technique that I use to raise my positivity ratio. Okay, so high vibrations. Technique number 1. Technique number 2 for all my empath family out there, in order to be an emotion code practitioner, know your core center. Core center, what does this mean? This is the core center, the state of flourishing, when you feel most like yourself. This is when you feel whole and complete and centered. Recognize that. Close your eyes and feel what it's like to know that core center that feels like you. Now, when you become so familiar with this core center, and it helps to do this over time through your meditation practice to feel who you are and what your center feels like. When someone comes into your life, or you have a client, or you go to the shopping mall and you absorb negative energies, straight away you will know that you're out of balance. You're not in your core center, and you can take immediate action. This is a self-defense mechanism for energy healers, right? And then you do your energy clearing, you do your energy, healing processes, you release anything that you may have picked up. One of my favorite techniques for energy clearing is to close my eyes and imagine a silver waterfall is coming over my body, purifying everything, the energies, the mental, emotional bodies, the physical body, everything. And just doing this until I feel purified and cleansed. And then I reassess, am I back to my center? Yes. Okay. If I'm not yet, I'll try something else, like one of the positivity activations, or maybe just listening to my favorite song, and then I come back to center. So recognizing and knowing your center is a vital technique for energy healers. And emotion code practitioners who are working with other people's emotions, know your core center and bring yourself back to that state. And that includes disconnecting yourself from your client after the healing. And in Reiki level 1, we're taught very simple cutting techniques with intention, like this is it. So when I'm finished working with a client, I'll say, wait, disconnect from so-and-so, or I disconnect from so-and-so, and okay, so disconnection. That brings me back to that core center. Okay, and the third technique that's really important is to ask permission. Someone contacted me on Facebook recently. They saw some of my videos and they were saying, I did a healing on someone and I'm feeling sick. I said, okay, explain to me, what kind of healing did you do? What did you do? They were an emotion code practitioner and just learning. She goes, oh, I sent someone healing. It's my friend's father or uncle or something. And straight away, I thought, I said, did you ask permission before doing that? And they go, oh no, because they were talking to their friend who was caring for their father and they just sent the energy. I said, well, that's why. There are certain rules in the energy realm. And one of the rules is that we cannot interfere in other people's lessons or karma unless we have permission. Have permission from the client and have permission from the God source. Having permission from the God source is the number one thing to be aware of. Before you start a session with a client, center yourself in the God source energy and ask God, do I have permission to do healing and release the energies from so-and-so? Wait for your answer. Don't just assume. Wait for your answer. And if you get a no, don't do it. If you get a yes, proceed. It's that easy. Because God creates everything. And God is the only one that can do healing right now. I'm not talking about the religion version of God. I'm talking about the God that permeates through our entire reality. And what happens is if you don't have, how can I say this? For lack of a better word, it's difficult to explain it in words. If you don't have that permission from God, you don't have that protection from the higher energies. And often then negative energies will follow you home. I've had that happen to me before. And that's when I started realizing, oh, wait, I'm going to align myself in the God source energy. And ever since then, there's been no problems, right? I don't absorb people's energies. I'm in a high vibration. I'm familiar with my core center, and I hold on and protect that with my dear life, because this is the core center that makes me flourish and move forward in life. If anyone throws that off, I take some time, put myself back into my core center, and I'm in direct communication with the God source in the many varieties that makes my heart sing. Okay, so those are 3 valuable techniques that I use as an emotion code practitioner and an empath and an advanced energy healer and Reiki master. Those are the techniques that I would recommend being consciously aware of and giving it a try in your everyday life. Okay, I'm hoping this answers all your questions, because I did release the video warning empaths not to work with emotion code, but there are certain things that you can do, and you can see my development over the years and where I've advanced to. So it's super exciting. Okay, thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel. I talk about all things personal development here on healing the planet from within, and I'd really appreciate it if you just click subscribe there for me and make a comment. Let me know how you're experiencing working with emotion code as an empath and what your techniques are, and sharing that with me shares it with the world, which also helps other fellow emotion code practitioner and empaths or energy healers or Reiki masters or anything. All right, enjoy. Namaste. Hey, here I am in India right now, and I'd really appreciate you to come on my journey with me. Click down here, the subscribe button. That would be super great. Thank you so much. And then wander over here and click the comment. Make a comment, click the bell button, and follow me on this journey. Come on my journey with me. Let's deepen our spiritual journey together. You can see I've done this short. Hey, thanks for subscribing, guys. Namaste.